Hi and welcome to Broadribb Cycles Workshop Wednesdays. In this video I'm going to give you some tips on how to fit brand new cables. The first thing is to make sure you keep the old cables, old outers, so that you can cut the new ones to exactly the same length. They also help you when refitting. The next tip is to get the ends of the cables cut flush and also to put a hole in the inner lining. On the brake cables you can sometimes get a little snag of cable at the end which you can cut away and get it to be flush. And then on the brake cable put a hole in the liner so that you can get the new cable in. On the gear cables it's less important to get it flush, but still make sure you get that nice hole in the outer cable. My third tip is to lube or grease the outer cables. For gear cables, I'm going to use Shimano's cable grease, otherwise known as special grease, and I'm going to take a small amount and place it on the end of the cable before fitting the ferrule, and I'm going to do this to all ends of my gear outer. For the brake cables, I'm going to be using a liquid lubricant, sometimes used as a chain lube. This one is Fenix all-purpose lube, and I'm going to place that down the end of the cable. Tip number 4 is to clean your inner cables. Most of the inner cables you get, brake and gear, are made in a factory and will come in either a packet or in bunches of 100. But what you don't know is that on the outside of these cables is a lot of manufacturing debris, a lot of dust, a lot of grime, and as you can see after cleaning this one, there's also some metal shards on the outside. To clean the cables, I use a Teflon based spray lubricant or water displacer. You can use things like WD-40 as well as this can of TF2. Spray it onto a rag and draw your cable through the lubricant. My final tip is how to cut and crimp your inner cables. When cutting the cable, I always use 2 fingers width, and I cut at the end of that. This leaves enough if you've made any mistakes, but it's also short enough that it doesn't get in the way. And then I always put a crimp on the end. This neatens it up and stops any fraying in the future. Thanks for watching this video. If you've liked it, let us know, comment and subscribe to the channel.